Members, we shall be starting shortly, so let us just wait a bit for more members to come and we start. Okay, so we are going to be starting. I think we are going to get someone to give us an opening prayer. And then we shall have the executive members who are on the call to give us brief greetings. And then after that, we shall get communication from the chair. Then we shall go for discussion about the AGM, whether we should have one online due to the pandemic. Then from there, we shall have look at what ITAU has been doing during the lockdown. Then we are having someone from Africa Code Week who is going to be sharing with us about the trainings which are going to be going on this month. Then shall discuss more about partnerships. ITAU alone cannot do anything without partnerships. It is the partnerships which help us to get to run. So we are going to be discussing how we can get more partnerships. What does it take to get more partners to work with? Because we could be there, but when there are some partners who could make us do a lot and empower our members. So we shall be discussing that. Then we shall open up to all the members to share give any feedback on what they think. Then we shall be winding up. So let us share the Zoom link to all the WhatsApp groups so that members can be reminded to join. Okay, so we are going to have Justin. I don't know if Justin is on. Okay, members, are you hearing me now? Let us have Mr. Salim. Mr. Salim's audio is off. Let us have Shiba give us an opening prayer. Or Mr. Mukisa, can you give us an opening prayer?
Okay. Let's pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we thank you for this amazing day as we have gathered together for this general meeting. Guide us, speak to us as we go, as we find ways of moving ahead with ITAU. Father, I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mukisa, for that prayer. Okay, so this time, let me open up to the, we are going to first get some of the executive members who are on the call to give us some, you can switch on your video and you give us a greeting. Mr. John Oluka. Mr. John Oluka is on. Mr. Dumba Stephen, Mr. Let us get Mr. John Oluka, or let us get Mr. Luchams Ronald. I think he's set. Let me first stop the sharing here. Okay. Let us, Mr. Luchams.
Yes, Rogers.
Yes, you greet the members.
Hi everyone, this is Luchams Ronald, the National Vice Chairperson. I want to say good evening to all of you, and I want to thank you for turning up and joining us today. Thank you.
Okay, let us now hear from Mr. Wejuli Moses. Mr. Wejuli?
Oh yeah, good evening everyone. Many people are hearing me. I'm Wejuli Moses. I'm the regional the regional project secretary for the Central. I'm just so glad to have everyone here and pray that we have a very fruitful discussion. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Let us hear from Mr. Dumba Stephen. Mr. Dumba?
Mr. Duma right now has a client, but he said he's going to join us soon. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let us get Mr. Mukisa. Mr. Wagisha Dennis.
Hello, members. Good evening. My name is Godfrey Mukisa. I welcome you all to this general meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let us get Mr. Oluka. John? Mr. Oluka, are you hearing us? Okay, so other members, your name, you should be able to rename yourselves here so that I can easily see. Okay, I'm going to give it up to some other members who may not be executives who are ready to give greeting. Mr. Ogisha Dennis, are you there? Okay, let me get 5 members who can have a chance. If you can turn on your video, I'll be able to see you. You turn on your video and I'll spotlight you. Let me get only 4 members. Then we shall start. Other members will share later on during the reactions. Anyone Who wants to give members a greeting? You can put up your hand or you can turn on your video. And I see you. You can now turn on your video. It now allows. Mr. Mtiawa Daniel? Hey. Michael admins should be able to help me. I think there is some muting. I'm going to, maybe let me just open up. Anyone can be able to speak. Let me allow members to unmute themselves. You can unmute yourselves. We are having only 3 minutes to greet because it has been a long period during COVID. So you can unmute yourself. It's now allowed and I can put on your video. After that, we shall go back to the programming. Mr. Sechito Henry?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
you're the one speaking. Yes.
Yeah, I'm Sechito Henry by names, and you welcome all to this meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other person? 3 people left.
Yes, guys. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Greetings to everyone. Mkiawa Daniel is my name. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Yes, Secretary Finance Central Executive Central Region.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can.
This is Sam Ogal.
Hey, Mr. Ogwal. I've not seen your name. Thank you for joining us.
Hello guys, I'm Enoch Chiaga from Nakaseke. Nice to join you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I'm Enoch Chiaga of Nakaseke. Nice to join you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. We have seen you. Okay, thank you very much, members. So we shall get more time to interact more later. Since the time has gone, we are going to proceed now with the agenda of the day. Other members, you'll come in at the end with the greetings. I didn't want us to start when we don't know who is on the call. And I'm glad that you have all joined in and we are 53. Okay. So let us now, we also have, so we can turn off the video such that the call is okay. If you turn on the video, you can first turn off. We shall be able to resume on that. So my co-hosts, please, you can help me on that. Okay, so members, we also have a team from Africa Code Week. They are also with us in this call. They are going to be sharing with us about the teacher trainings later on. I think they will introduce themselves at that time. So let us go back to the agenda. The agenda for today, one of the things is communication from the chair, and we are going to get Mr. Luchams is going to be giving us communication from the chair, because the chairperson has not been able to join us now. I've not seen him yet. So let us hear from Mr. Luchams, give us communication from the chair, and then we shall go to item number 4.
Yes. And this is Richard Ronald, the National Vice Chairperson. I want to start with thanking all of you for joining us today Thank you very much for sparing your time and data. I'm standing in for our national chairperson. He's not here today. He's not here with us. So I'm standing in for him, as the Constitution says that whenever he's not there, I'll be coming in. Recently, we had an executive meeting, and that was last week. That is when we got this idea of inviting all of you to come and join us, and we see the way forward. But before we go into that, there are submissions I want to make on behalf of the executives and ITAU. First of all, I would like to start with sending condolences to all members who have lost their loved ones during this pandemic. I will just pray that may the Lord keep you strong in this hard time. On the same note also, many of our members have been victims of this disease, the COVID-19, and they have been able to fight against it and come back stronger. We can also just pray for you. And I would like to thank fellow executives and all other leaders of ITAU for the services they have rendered. You know, the services we are offering is voluntary, they are free of charge. So it is not easy to get committed people like the ones we have on the national executives. I really want to thank you and appreciate your services. They have ensured discipline, and they have encouraged what we call togetherness, day in and day out, and in all times. So thank you very much for offering your services always. ITAU has been very quiet to the fellow members, which we call the members, but in the executive part, for us, we have been active. We have been working behind closed doors. So many times the coordinator has been coming out to give you an update, just an update. But many people have been saying that we have been silent, we are silent, but that is not the case. We have been working even in this pandemic. We are making now 3 years since we last had what we call a national AGM and a national capacity development workshop. Then from that time, we have had a chance. We have had a We have had a chance to organize other regional workshops. We had one at Iwudo, that was for Central Region. We had Western Region, we went to Cherambe. We had for Busoga College. We had for Northern Region, Dr. Obote College. That is where we had the one for the Northern Region. Then from that time, we had planned to have a lot of regional capacity development workshops. At this time, we had even agreed that we shall have two in each region. But because of the pandemic, we could not have. Recently, we had a workshop. It was at Muntuyera. That was still Western Uganda. Once it was about the ITAU Sapo. But I want to thank those people who have been attending those workshops and those who have been the leaders of ITAU who have spared their time, their work, they go and facilitate. So thank you very much for making ITAU known even to other parts of the country. We have had also meetings. We have been conducting many Zoom meetings and sessions because we could not organize physical meetings due to the lockdown. And we plan to have more virtual meetings. And on the same note, I thank those people who have been attending all those meetings. When we had a chance of moving, still many members and executives could come and turn up. And I'm glad to inform you that we have successfully partnered with Edify Uganda, a Christian organization offering education support, resources, and financial support to Christian schools in Uganda. We have also had many partners joining us ever since. We have Shareability Uganda, Ezone Web Services, Flow of Africa, Code Africa, MTN Uganda, UCC, and others. Another issue I'm going to be very brief because of time, is what we call ITAU legal issues. ITAU now, members, is a legal entity registered as a limited company, a company limited by guarantee. It has an active bank account with Equity Bank Uganda. So members, the organization is here to stay, and I can tell you the organization is now legally accepted everywhere. We had that challenge of legality, but now we can deal with any entity because we are also a legal entity. The organization, I repeat it, no one owns ITAU. ITAU is for everyone. No one owns this association. And good enough now it has a bank account. With the issues of finance, we are very secured. ITAU successfully opened up an office for our association, and that is Segumile Plaza, room 12 at Bombo Road. The building is near UNATU. UNATU, that is Bombo Road, Kampala. The office is available for all members and teachers. Members, when you have time, you get a chance to go to Kampala, go and visit the ITAU offices. It is for all of us. No one owns it. When you want to do anything, you just go there and visit the offices. They will welcome you. We also have what we call the ITAU Circle. The Circle recently acquired all the required legal requirements, and we were able to organize an AGM for the Circle at Muntuyera. That is the recent workshop we had in Western Uganda. Then that was a brief preamble and introduction about what we have been doing. Many members have been saying that we are silent ever since we went for the lockdown. We left everything. No, that is not the fact. We have been working, and that was just a brief session on what we have been doing and what is going on. On the issue of an AGM, and is the reason why we are calling for this meeting. We last had an AGM when we had the elections for the current leaders. We had planned to have another one, that was 2020. We couldn't hold one due to the circumstances and the pandemic. An AGM is a constitutional mandate and a requirement. We cannot forego it. It is a must, but due to the prevailing circumstances, we can't have a physical one. Yet, the Constitution talks only about what we call a physical AGM. We never planned. No one knew that in the future, there may be a day when we cannot meet physically due to the circumstances. So we never planned for this. And it is the reason why we are calling all of you to raise issues and concerns about what we are supposed to do. We didn't want to continue organizing one before engaging you. And it is the reason why we are calling you. So don't say, we never wanted to just come out and tell you now we are going to have a game. So we want to come up to brainstorm on what we are supposed to do and the way forward. Can we have it? Can we leave it? But remember, it is a constitutional mandate. It is a requirement. It is a must that we should have one. Then another challenging factor is the issue of elections. When you look at the Constitution says that the leaders shall serve for only 2 years. Now, when you look at the time we came into office, that was 2018, that is when we first had leaders, and that is when we last had elections. We had physical elections and people participated. That is where we got this current National Executive Committee. Elections are also a requirement that every after 2 years, we shall have new leaders or others shall renew their terms. But we have observed that our term expired in 2020, that was June, it expired. And we have extended our stay in office for another full year, which is illegal. When you see that June 2021, that is another full year ending. Now we have embarked on another second year holding the offices legal. So elections is what I've told you, it is a constitutional mandate and requirement. So that's why we are inviting you today to brainstorm and on the way forward on the above mentioned 2 issues about an AGM and the elections. For us, we are suggesting, can we have virtual meetings? Is it possible to have them? Can we have a virtual AGM? Is it possible to have a virtual AGM? Can we have online elections? Or can we continue like the way we want until we shall go back to normal? We are not sure when this will end. That's why I came out and raised the concern. We are not sure when this will end. We don't know. Because when here we shall have a 3rd wave, we shall have a 4th wave. So when will this end? We don't know. So fellow members who are have turned up today and who have joined us today, the reason why we called for this meeting is to discuss about those 2 issues I've talked about. One is a national AGM, where does it lie? 2 is the elections. Because those 2 things are constitutional, and we cannot forego them. If we are to forego them in the future, remember I've told you this is a legal entity. Any member can take us to court. That these people are holding offices, they failed to organize elections, and they never gave us a reason for not organizing elections. So members, what is the way forward on those 2 issues? Can we just serve until we go back to the normal? Can we forego the national AGM? So those are the 2 issues I want us to talk about. Then we need new leaders. You can see that we are having a lot of challenges on the National Executive Committee. There are people who expressed interest. They were given offices, but they have not served their expectations. So what do we do now? We have people who are saying, for us, we want to retire and we give others a chance. There are people who are still saying the association is owned by some few fellow members. What if we give other people a chance and they serve ITAU? So I'm going to be stopping there. And I would request the host that will go the second to the next issue. But that is what I wanted to communicate today. Thank you for listening. Rogers.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Luchamuzi, for sharing that. It is really a good summary of why we are here. So members, thank you very much. Now we are going to get the reactions on that. So we are now on item number 4. Should we opt for a virtual AGM or we wait until when we are ready to organize? Like before this year, actually, we had already approached to Intercollege, we had wanted to organize a workshop. So I want members to put up your hands. I'm going to, once you put up a hand, on WhatsApp there's a feature for putting up a hand. I'm going to enable you to be able to speak. So there is Zadia Obed has already put up his hand. So you can be able to turn on your video as well, and you speak so that members can be able to see you. Fellow co-admins, you can be able to help me to unmute. There is Zaida Obed, and then Mr. Okwera James. We are going to have order. We can unmute like 2 at a time. We get quick feedback quickly within like 10 minutes, and then we shall be going to the next item on the agenda. Mr. Okwera James.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
From Kekun, meeting. On that chairperson has just raised, I would like to just give maybe 2 concerns. One, since it's already a legal organization, AGM not embedded in the constitution. I don't know from a legal side, I've not analyzed the constitution very clearly, because if it should be legal and recognized, that means the constitution has to be amended to provide for virtual elections or virtual AGM. So perhaps that guidance will be needed from the whether that provision is there. Otherwise, we do not know going to take. And as Chairman addressed us, that most of us had, of course, and especially the private schools, the education is not there. So what activities would happen that ITAU can carry out for the teachers that elections are needed? So my suggestion would be a consideration to the committee is that maybe we can agree to extend the term of the members, maybe by 6 months, temporary until elections are organized, or the constitution is amended to provide for virtual elections. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Okwera. Members, this video is on record on YouTube, so we shall be revisiting it also to get what members have said. So let us get the hands which are up only right now. There is Biguli Staff, there is Tumuhimbisi Agustin, there is Ogwal, there is Kasozi Brian. Those ones are the ones who have put up hands. Let us hear from those, then other members will come in later after we have finished this item. So let us hear from those ones. So co-hosts, please help me to unmute those people who have, there's Kasozi Brian.
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, members. I'm Kasozi Brian, a teacher at St. Andrews and also a staff at Uganda Red Cross Society. I'm glad to be here with you. Yes, I have had the vice chairperson. Thank you so much for the work you are doing. Thank you, members. About the virtual AGM, I would say it is better to have a virtual AGM because currently we don't know when this pandemic will stop. And then actually, we are also teachers of ICT. Remember that. So it is better we utilize the use of technology. We walk the talk. Let's have a virtual AGM and try to help others. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kasozi. Let us hear from Mr. Ogwal, Chairperson, Northern Region.
Yes. Yes. Good evening, members.
Good evening.
Hello? Oh, yes. Mr. Val Sam, the chairperson. I want to thank the executive members at the national level for all those things that they have told us. That is what I have said. Now I want to advise on the AGM. There is nothing wrong with organizing AGM virtually, because this will help make people connected and people get to know what members or the executives at the national level are doing. That is a very good idea. Let's have it done like that because we are not sure of when this pandemic may come to an end. Then too, on the issue of meetings, yes, it may be general meetings, it can be executive meetings or any kind of meeting. Now there is technology. Like for example, now we are for a meeting. So we can continue having our meetings at any level as when the chairman finds it will be necessary. Otherwise, I want to thank very much all the teachers of ICT. They have always done their work. I want to encourage them to actually do what is expected of them. And to the chairperson, Mr. Mukadele, and those at the national level, I want to say, as we agreed the other time, that we should find a way of talking to the government of Uganda to incorporate these people who have ICT on the school program so that they are enrolled as teachers. I think we should go ahead to follow up that matter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ogwal. So we shall be bringing in some other items under the AOB. So we have two more people, I think, who had put up hands. There is Biguli staff and Chizito Brian. Yes, Biguli staff, please.
Oh,
please
thank you.
name yourself well. If you put a wrong name here, we shall call you that name. You can,
right.
there's an option of renaming yourself.
All right, I will name it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Auto Magician. I think for the case of AGM, it's good, but it reduces on what is prescribed in our constitution. But as we see, we are living in, I think that we are living in the new normal. I think it is good. We have an online, we have a virtual AGM. I think if possible, we can vote. We can vote and we see how many votes we shall get. If people allow, we can go and we attend virtually. Or else we see how we can do it better. But I think doing it online it will be good. But if we keep quiet for the rest of the years which are coming and we know when it is ending, it will cause problems. I think that's what my take I can say about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let us get now Mr. Chizito Brian. Other members, you will come in later after we continue. We shall have more reactions. Let us get Mr. Chizito finally in this area, this time. Yes, go ahead. You can turn off your video if the connection is poor, so that we can hear you.
My video is okay. To put across the issue of general meeting. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, we need to have the meeting. The only thing that needs to be done is ensure the meeting is communicated in time and have the minimum number that is expected as per the constitution. For the elections, we can have virtual elections. That is, if the AGM is possible, then the virtual elections would also be possible in a way that we can have a meeting maybe for people to introduce themselves, and after that we can have the elections scheduled. We have a site and have it done.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Personally, that is my submission. I rest my case. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Okay, so members, because of time, let us continue a bit. We shall be getting more reactions later on. We are having two items here now. The first one is ITAU's response to the pandemic. Already the chairperson has spoken about it briefly. I'm going to just add on something small. Then from there, we shall be talking about the Africa Code Week trainings. Yeah, so when the lockdown came, all of us were waiting on government. We didn't know what exactly was going to happen next, so we were in a suspense. So as ITAU, the first thing that we did in the first lockdown, the first thing was to encourage members to start doing some videos, what you call ITAU e-learning. The first lockdown, when it started, we started running a campaign for what we were calling ITAU e-learning. And we had a lot of videos which were created by various members. If you go to the ITAU YouTube channel, you will see where there is what called playlists. So I want to recognize Mr. Kakuru Bernard, Mr. Kaulia Julius, Mr. Anthony Onyala, Mr. Sensali Rajab, Miss Dora Nalukwago, Mr. Latif Salim, Mr. Kaulia Julius, Mr. Kolong Sam, Mr. Chizito Brian, Mr. Ogisha Dennis Kruger, Mr. Lucha Muzi Ronald, Mr. Dumba Stephen, Mr. Oruru Stephen, Mr. Mutiawa Daniel, Mr. Wejuli Moses. These are some of the members who responded to the call when we said that let us not just be seated, let us start doing some videos such that we contribute to the knowledge out there. So this was the first thing that we did, and we're calling it ITAU e-learning. That was in the first lockdown. And from here, we inspired other members. They started their own YouTube channels, and they are doing well. So I see a number of members who have their own YouTube channels. We encourage you to continue, but also you can continue also supporting this one of ITAU. So you can make one video, you drop this side, you make it 10, you put on your channel. Let us continue building here as an association that will be. We see in the future when we get a partner and they just go to our channel and they see a lot of maybe 1,000 videos, that will be enough CV for us. We shall not need to over talk about ourselves. So let us continue contributing to the knowledge. That was the first thing. The other thing that we did, we have been engaging members in the social media groups. We have many social media groups. So we have been engaging members on issues to do with the information literacy, spam. We have been really trying to caution some of our members. Some of our members don't know some of these things and the dangers involved. I've been seeing the vice chairperson, Mr. Luchams, there fighting with some members in the groups, Mr. Dumba and others. Sometimes I come and I try to plead for them. It has been a process of teaching each other together against computer literacy. Then also we got a chance to get a partner during this period of the pandemic. And the partner is called Edify. It is a Christian organization. It just came across our website and they called us and they told us to support teacher trainings. So there's a video on the channel here where we had the trainings of teachers in Kampala. We went to Jinja, and the members who have been doing this are ITAU members. Normally, we put up a form in the group, and then we ask any members who are available to come up. It's not necessarily the executives who do these trainings. So as ITAU, when we get an opportunity, we call out to the members and we say, members, who is available, who is ready to do this? So members apply, but other members keep quiet. And so if we put up a call and for you don't put on your WhatsApp, you rarely check your emails, and the opportunity passes, whom will you blame? And then you start saying that for us we are excluded, for us we are not included in the Edify activities. How shall you be involved when we put up a form and you don't apply or you don't show express interest? So ITAU, we are going to be doing more. Right now, we are having a project also that we are running for during this lockdown. This is the second lockdown. We are supporting the Christian School Owners Association to conduct e-learning lessons, and the lessons are also on YouTube. Each of these lessons, when it is starting, they give a credit to ITAU. ITAU is given a credit as one of the people who are implementing. The teachers who are teaching are not necessarily ITAU members, and also the people who are managing are not necessarily the executives, but they come from the general membership of ITAU. So as ITAU, we need to identify the opportunities and share with the members. So we share resources, we share jobs, we share knowledge, we share opportunities. And that is what ITAU has been doing during the lockdown. So that is briefly that we have done in
Rogers is off. I don't know. But I think we can continue. Give him some time and wait, or we continue. Well, network at Mukalele. When I look at the agenda, we had from Mukalele. Rogers, are you back?
It was Africa Code Week to speak to us.
That was.
So let Africa Code Week do their thing. Let's give them
are they around?
Yes, they must be.
Yes, I'm inviting you. Africa Code Week. Yes. Africa Code Week. Yes. We can't hear anything. Mr. Duma, try to unmute them and we see.
Yeah, I sent them. I request to unmute. Yes,
Yes,
hello.
yes, madam, we can
Welcome
hear
on
you.
board. Can you take us through this?
Yeah, sorry. The video is disabled, so it's fine. So thank you all for inviting me here, and especially Rogers, because we've been having a back and forth communication. My name is Valentine. I'm the National Coordinator for Africa Code Week. And Africa Code Week is an initiative by SAP, sponsored by Irish Aid and other strategic partners within African. So the initiative itself is for empowering the whole of Africa with 21st century skills, mainly the digital skills and everything that comes with it. And it has been around since 2015. And in Uganda itself, we've been able to impact as much as 500 plus volunteers and teachers, volunteers from vocational institutes, from universities, and also teachers in the different schools that we go to. And then for the students, we've been able to impact around 10,000 plus students and still counting. Before the COVID, we were able to go to, we were usually based in Central and Northern and West Nile regions. But in 2019, we were able to go to the Eastern region, Western region, Central Entebbe, and also Karamoja region. So it has been a good opportunity for us to reach as many children and teachers as possible. Last year itself, we know we had challenges, but we were able to train virtually. We had teachers, some teachers also participated. Yeah, I'm trying to switch on using this because I have two accounts that are on. The laptop is sharing, but the video comes from the phone. So let me try.
Yeah, you can put on your
Can you
video
see?
now.
Eh? Madam, we have questions for you.
Okay.
Madam.
Yes, so let me just give you a, yes, please.
Would you like to answer some questions from fellow members?
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and ask me a question.
Is it for only ladies? That is my first question.
So Africa Code Week is not for ladies, it's for all teachers. So we've been trying to impact as many kids as possible, but we realized that we can reach many kids as possible through the teachers and the volunteers. So we are reaching out to as many teachers as possible to give them these skills, not only for them to impart and share it with the young learners, but also have it for themselves, so that you can also upskill and have professional development skills that can help you one way or the other, and to also just be a part of, an initiative that is continental. So in that regard, it's available for everyone to be a part of it because it's something that is good for us given where we are going as a country, as a continent. It's a digital global village, and we would want to train as many teachers as possible interested. And now when you talk about training, we have a training form that Mukalele had shared out. I don't know how many of you have been able to sign up and register for it, but we have a form that is going around. We are trying to find out what courses or what digital skills would you want to have us train for free and have it impact yourself and the kids that are in your network, and just be able to upskill yourself as an individual. So Rod has access to that form, and I believe he's going to share if he comes back. If not, I'll also share it in the chat, and then you can see how to move on from there. I hope that covers in brief what Africa Code Week is all about, and let me know if you have questions.
Okay, thank you, madam, for sharing with us and talking to us today. And that was Africa Code Week. I think we are going to continue with our meeting as we had earlier agreed. When you look at the agenda, we have now Ms. Adumba is going to be, we had agreed in the executive group that Mr. Dumba will be giving us submissions on the next topic. Mr. Dumba, yes, after Africa Code Week, I think it is Mr. Dumba. Mr. Dumba, can you give us submissions on issue number 7? Mr. Dumba?
Yes, Mr. Chams.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, you are supposed to talk to us now, Mr. Dumba.
Oh, okay. Let me share just something, but please remind me if my background is bad because I'm in a noisy place.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to talk about potential partnerships. ITAU cannot survive sincerely without partnering with such various organizations. So far, ITAU has 85. Mr. Chams, am I clear enough? Hello?
Yeah, we can get you, Steve. You're clear.
Okay, then. Now, ITAU, for us to achieve our objectives, aims and objectives, we need partnerships from some big organizations. So far, some of the partnerships we have there's one with Edify running now. I think we've been with Edify for, I think, it's over a year now. And then we have UCC. And then we have Africa Code Week. Africa Code Week are relatively new among our partners, although I think slowly by slowly we are picking up relationship with them. But then the challenge is that we as members of ITAU or members of the executive, we don't know many times where to run to get these partnerships. So for me, at least what I would suggest, even if you're a member and you're just a member and you're not an executive, please help us identify the partners you feel may help in whatever we are doing. And also, even if you're not a member of the executive, you can write a proposal as long as it is in line with the objectives of the ITAU. No one will stop you as of now. You can also start a project of your own and then see that at least ITAU has an impact on, there's an impact you want to go. For example, the results were recently released, the audible results. Kids are performing badly. And who is there to see what we can do for these schools that are getting 100% failures? That could be a project. Of recent, if you notice in the past year, education technology is everywhere on people's mouths. People are looking for ways how we can engage students even when they are not physically at school. This is education technology. So when I saw that as ITAU, because of maybe lack of funding or what, we were not going far ahead, I started the EdTech project and I even put a domain for it. I'm just building the domain. Recently, I was called we tried to engage with MTN and they called back and they told us to put our website in the right shape. You can imagine. And on that website, it is only me and Mukalere who are trying to rebuild it, but we have a very busy schedule. For example, this month, the last month that has ended, the recently ended month, Mukalere, me, and some members of the executive are running, or we are on Zoom from 9 a.m. up to around 5 even or 6 p.m. The whole day we are too busy. So we don't have anyone to help us. MTN is here and saying, if you believe this can create an impact, what of your website? What is wrong with it? What can you do? Of recent, our website was hacked. And I was on Mukalere's case, please restore the website. And when it was restored, a whole year's data was lost. And we had to work tooth and nail so that this data is recovered. I remember when UCC called the proposals for managing computer labs and ICT clubs in secondary schools. Me and Mukarere spent, I think, 2 days without sleep. Mukarere came to my cafe and we were in the chairs all night up to morning. Then in the morning, we called Mr. Ogisha. Mr. Ogisha, please, will you help us? Let's go to the bank and finish this and hand this over to UCC. We went to the bank from around 9 a.m. We left that bank at around 2 p.m. And we were almost not done, and the deadline was at 4 p.m. I remember on that day we handed in the proposal 2 minutes to the deadline because UCC's deadline was 4 p.m. So ITAU, we are very many, I can see very many people have subscribed. Hello, Mr. Chams.
Yes.
Okay, I saw you talking, but I was not sure what you're saying. So what I'm saying is that we are leaving a lot of work for a few individuals in ITAU. So that's why I encourage individuals, please don't wait for the executive to do the work. If you feel there is an activity or a project that you can start within ITAU, please start. We started a project called ITAU Geeks with Moses. Moses is not an executive, and we were targeting to move around schools that did not have computer lab technicians, so that we help them put their computer labs in place. Now, part B. Supposing after all this toiling, somewhere, maybe the government comes in and says, we want to fund some of ITAU's activities. How do we choose who we work with? First of all, what example do you have? Have you been part of these activities before? You have, like, for example, the recent project where we are working with Edify. The form was asking questions. Do you have a YouTube channel? Have you built a website? Do you have a video? Now, if you're a teacher of ICT and you're simply seated there and waiting for the government brings money, then you expect Mukarere to put you on the project. And there I even just to Mukarere. Sometimes it is unfair to see that people are waiting for only that opportunity when there is some kind of remuneration that people come on board. Some of you will ask yourselves how people like Mr. Anjala are manning the Edify project with him. It's because these people have been there even before. Mr. Anjala has been in meetings. I call Mr. Anjala at 10 p.m. and we sometimes talk up to midnight. And you see the passion with which Mr. Anjala is working even when there is no money. So all in all, please members, for me, I just encourage anyone. There are people whom you see posting ministers on their timelines and they are their friends. Then you say, now how do we get close to this minister for the good of ITAU? So please, now after your chats with the minister, with the whoever you're chatting with, please introduce ITAU to them. For me, not being where I am, I've introduced to ITAU to any big dignitary that I see in the area who comes to my cafe. Just of recent, I talked to a senior UN ambassador. He's my client here. When I told him about ITAU and its activities, he told me, print out that proposal and let me take it to them. Let them say it in front of my face that they are not interested. They shouldn't keep you waiting, because he has seen my activities for 5 straight years. He has seen me working with kids, working with ladies. The students I'm teaching the students I'm teaching how to repair computers, and he's very impressed. And then he wonders how we write proposals and no one in government ever sees any senses then. So the last time he was here, I think it was 2 days ago, I won't mention his name. He was like, give me that proposal. And I immediately handed it in. I gave him and said, take it. I want them to say no in front of my face. So please, people who are not on the executive, ITAU is open. We need a lot of your help. Some of these people, Kalele said earlier that Edify went online. They looked for organizations or associations that were doing something within their line. That's how Edify, Mr. Godfrey, in fact, physically, that's how Mr. Godfrey went online. Identified ITAU, and that's how we have been with them for a year. So now we have another partner like Africa Code Week. I hope this will also help us achieve our objectives, as we also help them achieve their objectives. We are in touch. We are trying to be in touch with UCC, but the story is very long. We're trying to, so whoever knows there is any other organization we can run to, for us we have the proposals ready, we can just spice up maybe the budgets and hand these things over to them. There's a time just before the lockdown, I talked to some TV stations, and the proposals were very nice, and the guys welcomed us to talk about what we wanted to offer. Then somewhere the thing just disappears. But just because I'm just another ordinary guy, no impact, no one knows me. So I know among these 1,000 teachers or 60+ teachers who are here, there is someone who knows someone. They are close to each other who can help ITAU achieve its objectives. So about partnerships and projects, that's all I have to say. I wish all of us fruitful deliberations in our next any other item on the agenda. Thank you.
Mr. Dumba, thank you very much for that brief submission about the partners. One thing I want all of you to know, with ITAU, you just have to come out and engage any member who is around you to push your opportunity or your idea. Some people think that we are getting a lot of money from this. It is a Mukalele thing. It is for Dumba. And when you look at this association, it is not about positions, whether you can be just an ordinary member when you have a lot of influence, even better than the chairperson himself, better than the vice chairperson. So it is not about position. Don't say I'm not part of the executive committee, I should not raise any concern or any issue. I have my idea, but I'm not part. For us, we welcome you and we are willing to support you if you bring an idea. Now, next on the issue, I think we are going to hear. This is Wejuli Moses. Moses, I don't know whether you are still on, but please, you are going to take us through this session. We are going to be responding to all the submissions made from Philly up to the last one as we wait for Mr. Mukalele. But I think let us be organized. Let us try to.
Okay.
Moses.
Yes.
You are taking us through this session of responses.
Yeah, I'm already here. Okay, good afternoon once again, members. And still to those who are around, I'm so much grateful. Thanks for joining in to deliberate on the issues that can push us forward. My task is to take us through the issues that people are raising here on the platform, in the chats, as the meeting is going on. And I've been following the chats, and people have not been so active in reacting on the matters. Well, but of course there are those who have reacted. Like, I've taken a few comments, but still before I even start, I will ask people to react on those matters. Like, we have issues that were raised by the vice president. We have issues that were raised by Mukalele Rogers. We have issues raised by Dumba Stephen. We have issues raised by the African Code Week. And so it's the time that we're supposed to go through all that and have issues raised. For matters of organization, I don't know whether, Ronald, maybe you can give us guidance. Should we have members react like through audios, or we should only take the chats? Maybe I first need guidance before we can move on. Ronald?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
So should we take hands for people to react?
No.
Or should we just read the chats?
Now what I think about this session now, now the meeting is open to everyone.
Yes.
Only that we are looking at on the way forward of how we are going to be submitting and responding to the issues raised. Yeah. I think they should raise up the hand, or some people should continue with the chat. But there are people I've just I want to take this opportunity. I've just seen David Monda, that is a senior. He has joined us. I'm seeing Mutiaba Daniel is also around. That one is my friend. Then we have currently now 2 hands. I think let us start with these people.
Okay, so let's have them.
This
can
one
we have
is Zandia.
Can we have Zandia?
Ben, mute.
Yes, Mr. Zandia. I think he's gone off.
Ben.
He's put down his hand. Maybe we take the next person. Can we have Simon Kanyike? Simon Kanyike?
Are they muted?
Well, thank you, dear colleagues. Thank you all the participants and organizers of this very noble assembly. It's actually a very great one. I want to first of all send my gratitude to Rogers and the team for the mobilization of this ITAU. Many of us are always backdoor. Some notifications come and we rarely check the mails and what, but the information is actually seen. The first comment I have is for the AGM and the general elections. I never put my submission here. Sorry, I arrived late, but it is okay for conducting virtual AGM and virtual elections. Nevertheless, there could be some of our colleagues that still may not be getting the information. Maybe as of today, I have got a text message on my phone that is giving another notification for such a meeting. How I wish if that meeting is to be organized and the elections are also organized, text messages could also be sent, because some of our colleagues are down deep in the villages, the schools are locked, are closed. They go online once a week or once a fortnight. So we can arrange for that AGM and elections virtually, but if the day is to be, it can be communicated some good time, like a fortnight, and the reminders are always made. Then I registered on the Africa Code Week form, but on the opportunities that we were given, the options to select was only one. A member has to choose only one skill to be taught. I'm inquiring, is there a possibility of multiple registrations or multiple selections of the gigs that one may need to attend to? Then lastly, I don't know if I'm giving too many, I wanted to give all my reactions at once. Lastly, I want to thank Mr. Dumba. I was surprised the time that I wanted to make a post on our website. It came halfway, my network jammed and things went berserk. I gave up. Mr. Dumba gave me a call and he told me, you man, we are trying to put up a post, but it remained halfway. What was the problem? I explained to him and he actually helped me a lot to put this post up. I want to thank him and also to encourage my colleagues, despite the fact that we are doing a lot of virtual work. Now that we are supposed to teach virtually, we are not sure when we are going back to school. It is high time we woke up, because I realized when Mr. Dumba was talking that not until you have something on table that the world may see you. We need to put something on table by talking about table that is online. Myself, I have not uploaded any content there. It is actually a challenge to many of us that we need to upload some items for us to be recognized. I want to thank you once again and to wish everyone a good time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kanike Simon, for your submission. We are so much grateful that you've been following the meeting and Let me hope the secretary is taking note of whatever is being submitted by members. The other thing that I'm going to request members to do is to keep putting whatever they think, whatever reactions they have in the chats, because the time we have is very limited to have everyone given a chance to speak. So in case you have a burning issue and you want to raise it, please put it in the chats. We are going to take note of it. Then the other thing that I would request members is to rename themselves and use their real names, as this makes it easy for someone to give you a chance to speak. If you rename yourself and give and provide the rightful name, it becomes very easy for you to be given a chance. So members, there's that option of renaming, so you can do that. Meanwhile, let's have God Provides. God Provides, I'm sorry, I don't have your name, so I have to call you by what I'm seeing right here. God Provides, can you please have your submission?
Is offline?
This is God Provides is the chairperson for Western Region, our chairperson.
Okay, so I think he can even introduce himself.
Mr. Tweheyo.
Yes, am I loud and clear?
Yes, we can get you.
We can hear you, Mr. Tweheyo.
Okay, good evening, colleagues. I'm Tweheyo Edward, chairperson, Western Region. I want to thank the organizers of this meeting, Mr. Rogers, Dumba, and Mr. Uchams, and all those who have contributed to make sure that this meeting takes place. I'm happy that I'm part of the meeting, and the area I represent, we recently had a workshop, and the turn-up was not good. That showed me that in rural areas, most of the people don't mind about internet, and they don't mind about giving time to online things like WhatsApp and Facebook. It means that we need to do much about the upcountry members. Maybe we can use maybe bulk SMSs and make sure that they are informed. On holding the AGM online, I totally agree with it. And I think that it will be the only way forward if we are to handle our organization according to the Constitution. Because it is overdue, we are supposed to have it, and we cannot have it because of COVID. But what I would propose is that we first put a list where people will register, those who can attend. We announce the date, the time, and we have members registering, and we make sure that they really attend. That is very, very important. Then on projects, I want to thank Mukalere Rogers, Luchamuze, and Dumba for the efforts made to make sure that they publicize ITAU. They have given us various reports, and they are telling us so many things. Me, as chairperson Western, I'm also making sure that I publicize, I talk about ITAU every time I'm talking to my colleagues, my bosses, head teachers, to make sure that they buy in the idea of inviting at least some members of ITAU to come and give workshop around these places. But you know, as people from up country, they take time to understand certain things. So I have to go slowly and explain to them and make sure that they understand me at their level. So with time, I will be inviting some of you members to come to the Western, either Toima, Masindi, or Chiyandongo, to have at least a 1 or 2 days workshop so that people may get to know about us. Because in the villages, we are there and our members are there, but they find it very difficult to talk about ITAU because themselves are not connected to the net, and they don't take things online which are as serious. Then about lessons online, that one is a very good project and is helping our children to keep updated with what is going on and about the curriculum, about the subjects and all that. And I want to thank also the leaders who have uploaded study materials on the net, and really they are helpful to our students. I feel that this is the time that most of us should come out and begin participating on these activities actively, and make sure that our people get to know it. There is no way other stakeholders, other companies, other organizations, embassies will know about us unless we are doing something. Except I want to ask about these hackers who are hacking in the websites. How do we handle the security of our own website? Because Mukalere and Dumba normally uploads material and then they hack into it and everything gets lost. Is there any way we can provide security for our websites? Finally, I want to implore members, especially those from upcountry, that we dedicate some more time to attend to our WhatsApp groups and all other online services of ITAU, so that we can keep updated on what is going on. Thank you very much, and I beg to submit.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, Western Region,
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Twahil.
For that wonderful submission.
Can we?
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Rogers,
All
you
right,
are back.
Can we have the next person?
Yes, my dear. I loaded 3 GB of data, but I don't know where it went. This MTN
What
is
had
just
happened? For us, when you went off, Rogers, we continued with the session.
Okay.
We had Africa Code Week addressing the members. So just continued. So we are going to give you chance to finish up. How do you see?
Yeah, I think you first continue with the summary reactions. I'll just come in there as a wind up.
Now we are on issue number 8, just getting responses from members.
Okay.
So right now I'm seeing Mr. Ogwal Sam, the chairperson of the region. The hand is up. Can we give him a chance to talk?
Mr. Chamzi, I already unmuted to Muhimbise. Something like
okay.
that.
We start with.
So Muhimbise, something. Can you please give us your reaction, Mr. Muhimbise?
Yes, good evening, members. What I wanted to contribute is that these activities of the African Code Week, I have got a chance to see some of them on my email, and I tried to link to them and connect and see whether they can help me and get digital skills. But there was no time and date when they are supposed to start. And Mr. Rogers had put some note that during this meeting, he will tell us the date and time when they will be starting to skill us. Therefore, please remember to update us before the meeting ends, because I can check there are only 28 minutes remaining to the end of the meeting. Thank you. I beg.
All right, Mr. Tumuhimbise, thank you so much for your submission. I think Rogers has taken note of it and is going to respond.
Mr. Julie.
Yes, please.
I think we still have someone from Africa Code Week. They can wind up on that. If there are any other questions from members about it, so that you can release them, and they can handle that immediately, because I'm seeing many questions from the church. You can direct those questions to Africa Code Week team. Now they can clear that, and then
Moses.
Okay, so yes.
Moses, I'm seeing Mr. Ogwal, the hand is up. Innocent deal.
Yeah.
The hand is up. Mr. Ogwal, what do you have to say?
Yes. I have to first greet everybody.
Yes, I'm giving Mr. Ogwal.
And I only want to remind the technician that maybe there is network problem. We're not hearing the communication of some of the members. I don't know where the problem could be coming from. And then three, as executives of this ITAU, I want to request that most of that, especially from my region here, Northern region, teachers who teach ICT are bringing concerns that it seems the managers, the administrators in their schools do not understand much about this. So as they try to teach or to ask the requirements for teaching, they always say they are maybe exaggerating figures or something of the sort. So I think it is about limited knowledge in ICT on the side of administrators. So I wanted to propose that if we could organize actually some meeting and then find a way of sensitizing these administrators so that they get to know the demand of the subject. Now that the students are at home, there are those who can access internet. We could put notes, can be for different levels, can be for O level, A level, or the other level, so that as they are at home, they can continue revising from there. Those are my submissions. Thank you, members.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gwal, sir, for that brief submission. Yes, I'm seeing Bob. Bob, do you have anything to say?
So, yes.
Bob.
Hello.
Yes, Bob.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening to you.
This is a long time since I ever interacted with my colleagues.
Bill is long quiet.
Yeah, I'm called the Bill Bob Innocent.
He's my secretary.
I'm an architect of Long College, and I am the publicity secretary of ITAU Northern. I have a few things to address. And also in the first presentation for the chairperson, I'd also put up my hand that, yeah, we are on time. I think I will begin from there. I will try to move faster, and I beg, where I'm not here, you guys are laughing. One, the meetings, the AGM meetings, the virtual AGM meetings. I think it is okay for us to have the virtual AGM meetings, provided information is circulated earlier now, and we meet the quorum. All about the meeting is the quorum. Whatever quorum we have that fits what is in the constitution, we can have the meeting, because trust me, I know we shall not have this meeting when everyone is in attendance. Even the physical meetings you guys call, not everyone is perfectly attended. So I think we can encourage ourselves to go ahead with the virtual AGM and also the virtual elections. I'm imagining also is possible. And have it as well. Now, my other reaction comes to Dumba's observation about
Mr. Innocent.
Yes, please.
You are touching the mouthpiece, so the sound is going low. You speak directly into the phone.
Okay. So am I now okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I was saying my next submission was on observation about members participating in the ITAU projects and activities. And yeah, it is true that it is seen as if very few members participate. I know that. And by the way, I appreciate whoever participates. And then secondly, also, it is not true actually that some members don't want to participate, or they just wait for a remuneration or something like that. I think my time in this region of ours, let me speak about up country, that is Northern, for example.
At least me, Mr. Gwal is here, he will bear me witness at some point in time. For us here, I think we have some serious challenges first with the penetration of ICT into the region. That is one, but I'm not using it as an excuse. I want to bring it forward so that probably other members who may assume others don't want to participate will take it from there. Personally, I follow through a lot of communication on the WhatsApp group. I think it is the easiest for me to access our activities or communicate with my colleagues, both because I'm blessed to be in about, I think, 3 ITAU groups of WhatsApp. So, but that is also the limit as to how I can reach ITAU, only through WhatsApp. So anything that maybe goes beyond WhatsApp, however much I want, like for example, those video recordings and the rest, I am not blaming myself or my school, but that is the reality. The fact is that we don't have those gadgets, probably, that's one, that we can use. Secondly, I think the first lockdown, I was ready to also go, and they say things that happen uncalled for. I lost my PC with everything, so I could not recover. Actually, personally, I was on the road to recovery, but now again we are off, and I don't think again I'll recover because when schools resume for us here, most of us as ICT teachers actually are on PTA. So when the lockdown is like now, trust me, we switch off ICT and we turn to a life-saving project. What you can do to get something for feeding and all that. But does not mean that totally we don't want to follow the association's activities or you don't want to participate. You do. There is a saying in my language, I will try to translate it in English, that you have too much anger to do something, yet the energy to do it is not there. So at the end of the day, you just look on as if you don't know anything. So that yeah, just put it in line so that I know there are very many members here in our association here who are willing probably to be in every activity, everything to do with the ITAU. But believe me, what they have to do is just so minimal. And I would beg on their behalf that, yeah, I also appreciate the fact that there are some few members still who just keep on complaining, even if you do what. Rogers, you know that Sam is here with me up country. Remember our capacity development workshop in DOC. You remember the feedback. So they are also there. We cannot do away with them. But the only encouraging thing I would give is that let's push. Whoever can do something, please let's do it. You guys, Stephen, Rogers, whoever is doing something, don't get tired. Don't let these people's word that is all a few who are benefiting. Don't let those words make you maybe relax a bit. No, actually, I encourage you guys to step up. We shall get you there sometime. Moving forward, you never know. You say, hey, we were here just like this and this. Then we shall. And then for the Africa Code Week, yeah, I think it has been this side of up country and mostly with schools. The first question that I think Chairman asked was that, is it only for ladies? No, maybe you asked because the pictures you've seen there involved only ladies. So basically, that's really what I would want us to do. And then the one bit, I think some days ago, if not now coming to a week, I asked about video streaming and all that. Yeah, sometimes maybe we come through also such opportunities and we wish to use also with our members. So I remember I posted, if there's anyone who knows about live video streaming on YouTube, Facebook, there was an opportunity this side and I really wanted to know the person who knows can do it. And then so that whatever queries you put on WhatsApp, they might be very obvious to some of us. They might be very obvious things, and you're like, I need it. Let's try as much as we can religiously, at least, to consider whoever has posted that. And also, what I still stress on is that we come from really different walks of life. So what may seem to be so obvious to some of us is just like a new thing, totally new to others, even if they're in the ICT fraternity. Some of us just did ICT at some point and boom, we became ICT teachers. But really our level of ICT maybe is not the expectation of what is going on like now during pandemic. Things are virtual, everything virtual. There are quite a number of ICT teachers, I am sure, who cannot do Zoom. They cannot like set up a Zoom meeting, do this. They can't. And they are ICT teachers, so we cannot throw sticks on them. Rather, we try to ask them if there's somewhere we can help, we come on and help them with, and we move on. For the association, we are still behind it, silent as we are. I don't want to use the political language of silent majority, but yes, we are really very many silent majorities. We cannot just speak because maybe we are limited to how to even speak and what to do. Thank you very much for this time.
Okay, Mr. Wajuli, I think we have like 15 minutes only left. So we should be winding up with item number 8. Yeah, but there are some issues that members were asking about. I can see the team from Africa Code Week is still on. I want us to give them one chance to clear any of those questions, such that we also have NAOB and we shall be closing. So let us get someone from Africa Code Week to respond. I think you have been noting some of the questions. So you can go ahead and unmute. And you clear that, and then we also end up. There is someone from Mindset Coders. There is Valentine on?
I am, but you are trying to unmute the wrong machine because the laptop.
Okay.
But the
It's
microphone
fine.
is not good. Yeah.
So,
yes.
remember,
The question that I picked was when are the trainings going to start? And I can say the introduction to the trainings will start this week on the 5th and the 6th, that is Thursday and Friday, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. That is introduction to just basic computer science or programming. And then depending on what most of the teachers choose according to the form, the skills that we had on the form, that is what we are also going to continue every Thursday and Friday. So in the form, we have a set of options for the teachers to choose, and the most selected skill is what we are going to impart the teachers with. So it's not a form to choose as many skills as possible, but it's a form for us to understand the majority of people who need a certain skill, which skill is the most selected one. That's why we have that that's why we only have one option to select from. And then for the individuals who want to be a part of Africa Code Week or just have it in their region, I provided the email address in the chat, africacodeweekug@gmail, that allows you to reach out to us, and we shall give you all the information that you need to be able to have Africa Code Week in your region, within your students, within your schools that you have in your networks, and to also be a part of Africa Code Week and have that certificate or whatever it is that you have to issue out that is all ACW related. Which other question was there? Which other question was there? Did we have? Yeah, so if we have any activities for the Northern region, like I said earlier, we are in Northern region, have a school that we work with. I can't remember the school well, but it has been with us since the pioneering of ACW in the Karamoja region and also in the West Nile region. In that part of Uganda, Northern region and West Nile, we have another sponsor, which is Enable. And it would be nice if we work with the people who are in Northern region to make sure that we reach as many kids as possible. Usually the number that we reach out to is around 500, and would really want to go higher and go in the more remote areas, use what we have. Last year, we were able to do Africa Code Week magazines to be able to still talk about coding, talk about the different skills, which is problem-solving skills, team building, resilience skills, all the skills that come with it. Learning how to code. There's an echo.
Okay, thank you very much. I think members who have applied, you are going to, the team from Africa Code Week is going to send you an email. They're going to send you the email with all the details and when the training is going to start. So you just look through your email. I think by tomorrow is Monday, they will be giving feedback because the application actually started yesterday. So other questions I think will be answered through email. Yeah, so members, we have only 10 minutes left and we wind up with this session. We still have 3 hands. I think Mr. Ogwal has spoken already. So we have Obedi and Prosi. Maybe we give you a chance, just 1 minute each. Only the Prosi Wanyama and Obedi, and then we shall be. So now we are in AOB now. So Prosi Wanyama, you can go ahead and unmute. Prosi? Prosi is not unmuting. What about Obed? Obed? Are you following or you put up hands when you are not following? You click on the microphone, it will allow, you have even made a co-host, so you can unmute. Obedi?
Yes.
Okay, I think we can. Then there is the Makuya Stephen.
Okay, Mr. Rogers, I would like to thank you for, I would like to thank all, each of you that has participated in this. According to the, hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Okay, so I would like to, we are in AOBs, I would like to give you, some people have been complaining about internet. So I'd like to give you some internet trick that will enable you to get free internet because I've been using this for quite a good time. Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Rogers. Yes, I've been using this for quite a very good time. So I think I'm going to share my number. Then you'll send me a message via WhatsApp. Then I will guide you on how to go about with this. Because some of our members have contacted me and I've tried to guide them. And I'm sure some of them have joined this meeting by using this trick.
Okay. It's fine. You'll share with us also in the WhatsApp group.
Let me.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, Prosi here. Hope everyone is doing well. I just want to talk about the security of the website. So you guys, what you're going to do is just buying. You're just going to buy the security, the web security, so that once the website is secure, it's always costs around 100 and 200 shillings per year, so that no one can actually go on the website and start changing stuff or hacking or putting the invalid link. So by buying the security, then the website is secure. As for the losing information, all you need to do is to have these other tools. If the people who are actually who are updating the website should have GitHub and back up all the data. Whatever they post should be backed up so that just in case someone hacks, you can just take down whatever was there and repost it afresh. By updating information, sometimes you have to keep the information maybe through GitHub. If you don't have GitHub, you can just zip the the whole website that you've done before you post it, and then maybe back up on Google, on the Google packages, on the Google Store. Not Google Store. What is this? Okay, I've forgotten. Just need to be backed up so that we don't have to lose data.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think members, the AOB is also done. Yes, Mr. Chamzi, and there are some executives who have not spoken anything, and then I think we should be closing in the next 5 minutes. Sadiq Sebi, did he speak? Peter Chivirige, Otto Mugisha, I can see they are on. Mateka Joseph, if you are a co-host, it means you are an executive. I've been looking for your names in the list of the other people. You can just say a hi. We have only 5 minutes to close the. We also have Mr. Monda from Mr. Monda is not an executive, but is one of our senior colleagues. He could get a minute to greet us. I recognize the team of members who have been working with the on the Edify projects. There is a number of them. Mr. Njala Luanga, Mr. Emorut George. I'm seeing a number of them here. Sechito Henry. Yeah, so if I've not seen your name, the names are quite here. So, but you're all welcome. So we have only 4 minutes. Any of you can just take it away. And members, we are going to be taking also a group photo. So you can turn on your video. We are going to be taking a group photo so that we wind up with this particular session. Yeah. So yes, Mr. Shams.
We just give Mr. Monda like 1 minute.
I've allowed him, but
Mr. Monda, please, can you talk to the members?
I don't know whether he's, because he's a co-host, so he can easily unmute himself.
Okay, we'll go with the group photo. It's almost time.
Okay, we have 3 minutes. Let me maximize my window here. Okay, so yes, so members. Okay, so I can see I've turned on your video. I can see Mr. Gwal, Mr. Mukisa. Thank you very much for attending. All of you are free. You can unmute. There is no restriction. You can unmute and you say a hi to the members at will as we wind up for this session. We are going to discuss more.
Hi.
God bless you.
Guys, thank you for turning up.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Some members have been in Kamoli.
But they have not chosen us to work.
There are some members who are always in Kamoli in WhatsApp and even on Zoom. They have been in Kamoli. I don't know why.
Yeah, but it makes them.
Rogers, take the photo. It's almost time.
I'm taking. By the way, there is Barbara. There is Barbara here. Barbara Garubuama from Luero. I don't know if she could do greet us. You know, I attend our workshops. Yes. Okay, so thank you very much, members, for attending and
at least a word.
Okay.
Okay, nice time, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Just wish to talk to you, please.
Okay.
All the co-hosts, thanks for the great work done.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
We are going to, by the way, this is the first
Thank you,
general meeting
everyone.
on Zoom for ITAU.
When shall we have
We are
another
going to write
meeting,
up
sir?
the website.
We shall
Thank
have
you, everyone.
another
Thank you for
meeting.
attending.
When
This
we
is
join and
ITAU, all the way from Yandombe.
Someone is saying, when is the next session?
We shall.
Someone is saying, when is the next session?
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
have some.
Okay.
I have to put down. You make me one.
Okay.
Yes, we can start them.
I have to put down.
Yes, we can start. African DJ.